Dear learners, welcome to NIOS, the video series. The subject is Home Science, lesson number 20. The title is, as you can see from the picture, Adolescence. That is the spelling of the word. Adolescence means a person who is neither a child nor an adult. The age is between childhood and adulthood, starting 11 years to 18 to 19 years onwards. That's the age that is called an adolescent age. Before beginning the chapter, let's discuss some difficult words in Indian Sign Language. Younger. Younger, as you can see from the picture, there's a young person and there's an older person. So, young is the one who's smaller. Play. Engage in activity for enjoyment and recreation like badminton, volleyball, hide and seek, etc. Anything that requires an activity and recreation. There / here. They are two different words. Let me explain. There is the word that means something that's a little far off, at a place or a position. Here is something that's close to you, something that's very near, in or at. Remember that. Adult. Adult, as you can see from the picture, a person who's fully grown or developed, not children. Remember, to be able to bring to one's mind an awareness. Kind, the quality of being friendly. As you can see from the picture, a person's being friendly, generous and considerate. The kind person is supporting a person who's not able to climb up. Remark. Remark means to say something as a comment, be it mockery or a positive comment. For example, mocking someone or giving a positive remark to someone, a positive or a negative comment. Consider. Consider means to think carefully. Childhood. The word childhood. Child means, you all know, a child is a small person, a small baby or a person of a younger age. The state or a period of being a child is called childhood. Adulthood. Remember the word adult? I told you what it is. When you add the word hood to it, like we added it to childhood, now it becomes adulthood, a state of being middle age or being an adult. Adolescence. Adolescence, it means someone who is in the middle age. As you can see in the picture, some people are in the middle age, starting from 11 to 18 years old. These are neither in childhood or nor in adulthood, maybe starting from class 8 are adolescents. Age group. It means people of different groups of different ages together, children, young adults, middle-aged, old-aged, etc. Weakness, a state of being weak. For example, someone who's a weak person at giving responses, or someone who has less energy, not underconfident, ashamed, not so brave, can be categorized as weak. So we'll discuss more about it. We have discussed about weakness. The opposite of weakness is strengths. That's the spelling of the word strengths. Strengths mean a quality or a state, something that you still have, Like for example, as you can see in the picture, the person has strengths of different kinds, the quality of being strong. Special. Special means something greater, otherwise different than the usual. Be it festivals, etc. that we celebrate are special. Change. Change means to modify something, to alter. Like for example, our body changes with time from our childhood to our adulthood, just the way the time changes. Period. Period is, as you can see from the picture, all girls have periods. It's also called menstruation. Every month they go through that. So that is called period. Describe. Describe means to give a detailed account in words. For example, description of a person, for example, description of a TV, different appliances at home, etc. That's called describing. Physical. Physical means bodily, something that's there pertaining to the body is called physical. Discuss means to talk about with the person or with people about something. Self-confidence. A feeling of trust in one's ability, qualities and judgments. Like some people have self-confidence to travel, etc. Parents, a person's father or mother, or both. When we don't add S, either it could be a parent, a father or a mother, but when we are adding S, it's both. Peers, people of similar kind of a background in a group, be it at school, at different activity classes, etc. People of similar age and background. Skill, language. Language, having excellency at a language, spoken, written, signed, reception, auditory, etc. So someone who is very skilled at a particular language. Development. Development is a process that creates growth, a positive change. Typical. Typical is having distinctive qualities of one's own type of a person or a thing. Something, for example, there's this person who has to have coffee every day. So we know this typical habit. Or a person who's very punctual. So we know it's his or her typical quality to be on time. So everyone has a different typical of themselves, different type of a quality of a person or a thing. Everybody. Everybody means every person. Every person. Eventful. Eventful is marked as you can see from the picture, an exciting event, be it a festival, enjoying together, partying together, an interesting, exciting event. Maturation. It means the action of process of maturing, the time changing, the bodily changes, etc., the mental changes, etc. Puberty. Puberty, it means everyone, be it a man or a woman, hits puberty. Our body doesn't remain the same. We see changes in our body. We develop hair. Our breasts start to grow with females, etc. So, puberty is that phase. We will discuss more about it. Difficult. Difficult is something that's hard. As you can see from the picture, a person's having a lot of difficulty in carrying that big ball. Weights. Weights, as you can see, the body quantity, how much is the body weight, the measurement, and height is how much is the person's measurement. Weight is heaviness, height is measurement. Muscles, a band of fibrous tissue in the body, are muscles. Heavy, something that's of a greater weight, difficult to lift. Light is something that's very easy to carry. So, heavy and light. Stronger, as you can see from the picture, a person is very strong and is able to lift the gym equipments, that's strong. Whereas on the other side is weaker, the power to not being able to perform physical activity or with less energy is a weaker person. Menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle, remember I had explained to you what is period, something that women bleed out every month. So, menstrual cycle is a monthly cycle of women's body wherein blood is secreted out of the vagina, and it's also called MC. Painful, a part of the body affected with pain, especially during menstrual cycles or when we have gotten hit by something, it's painful. Meal planning. Meal planning means choosing foods that are helpful for controlling your body, like breakfast, lunch and dinner. Different kinds of food are intaked in different types of time. That's called meal planning. Voice, a sound produced by a person or uttered through the mouth. Gain means to secure, to obtain something, getting some benefit out of it. Loss is a process of losing something or someone. Benefit and losing. Follow, to go or to come after a particular person or a thing. Beginning. Beginning means to start, a point where we start. For example, a race. People start, once the 3 has been counted. So, the words are done now. Some words have been difficult. We will discuss them in the chapter. Now, let's begin part 1 of this chapter. Adolescence. So, that is how I am going to sign it. I have explained to you that it is the time when you are neither considered as a child, neither as an adult. This period is called the adolescence. For example, there is a group of children who are just playing, enjoying with each other, be it with family, etc. And then there is a group of adults who are educated, married, have a job, etc. And that's the adult group. They are two different kinds of group, right? We've all been through that. But there's a group in between the age of 11 to 18. They are neither children nor they can't be with children nor they are adults. So that's the stage in between. That's called the adolescent stage. WHO, World Health Organization, defines that people between the age, they have found out that people between the age of 10 to 19 are called adolescents. They undergo bodily changes and have different aspirations. It's a time when they realize that their strengths, what are their weaknesses, etc. So that is the period when they start to realize what they're good at and what they're not good at. Be it a male or a female, everyone goes through that period. We'll discuss more about this. As you can see from the picture, adolescence for both, be it a boy or a girl, it's the period of development between childhood and adulthood. A lot of physical bodily changes are seen in this type. The girls, girl is a small person. So that girl starts to turn into a woman now. So that is that. And similarly, a boy starts to turn into a man. And the society perceives you as a person who's becoming an adult and taking up responsibilities. You may have also observed that the bodies also starts to change. Sexual growth happens and maturation happens. The mind also starts to change once you are growing up and growing out of your childhood. Puberty. What is puberty? Puberty is a period of, be it for females or for males, the bodily changes that happen. For example, children do not have menstrual cycle, whereas when the puberty starts, females also start getting menstrual cycle, wherein they have to start taking care of themselves, etc. There can be sometimes that females at a younger age miss their periods, but later on they get that. Similarly, for boys, they can have a nocturnal emission, ejaculation during sleep. So that is a normal thing when boys start to hit their puberty. And it's all a natural process. We'll have more in depth about it. What are the physical changes in puberty during girls? Let me explain. The height. They develop more fatty and rounded contours among their body. Their hips become broader and rounder, and their face also starts to change. A girl gains about 8 centimeter of height between the age of 11 to 13 years old. So that is the changes when you see girls in puberty. The voice of the females, they also start to become shrill and adult-like. There is voice modulation in girls. They start to grow armpits hair in the armpits and other parts of the body. The breasts start to grow, and there's pubic hair which also starts to grow. Menstrual cycle becomes sometimes irregular and sometimes painful. So these are the changes that come in women's body during puberty. Now that we have discussed about the girl's body, let's discuss what are the physical changes that men have, the boys have. Women, remember, they grow up to 8 centimeter, whereas boys can grow up to 20 centimeter. They also start to develop muscles, enabling them to do heavy work. Earlier when they were kids, they couldn't do a lot of physical work, but once they start hitting puberty, they are able to do physical work and lift up heavy objects as well. They develop strength, they develop chest hair, curly chest hair, black hair. That also happens on face, armpits, etc. The hair becomes darker. It's even for females, as we know. Men start to grow mustache and beard, as you must have seen in some young boys. That happens. The penis starts to grow in size. Their voice becomes very mature and their vocal cord and lengthens. You can also see Adam's apple prominent. First nocturnal emission can also be there. There can be seminal fluid that does not contain sperms. So these are the changes in the men's body, the boy's body. Now that you know what puberty is, let's talk more in depth about it in part 2. Thank you.